Hey you, I'm Dave, and this is a recently finished Voltron sword for my son. The blade is made with acrylic that lights up, so to keep the weight of the overall prop low, most of the other material used is lightweight and a little more delicate. That presented a challenge for displaying this prop on a wall, so I wanted to share a few solutions we came up with that you could also use. On top of parts of it being relatively fragile and the sword blade lighting up, we didn't want anything getting in the way of it looking cool at all times. And since the only other sturdy surface is the handle, I knew the mount or hooks or whatever got used needed to support the weight by holding the acrylic. So the solution had to be completely clear. Usually I walk around home improvement stores to come up with ideas, but since that isn't easy to do right now, I went looking online and got a bunch of different options to see what could work best. And there's links in the description to all of these. And I think depending on what you want to hang, some of these or a combination of them will get you where you want to go. This is a wreath hanger, and what I like about it is you could use all of it, or you could cut it down, drill holes, use the squared end or the curved end. There's a lot of options. I did a couple of cutting tests and drilling tests to see what was possible. The main thing I'd recommend is start with small drill bits and work your way up to the size that you want, so you aren't trying to take too much material all at once. Also, avoid making a hole that's too big, which would make the part weak and brittle. This is an over-the-door coat hook, which can handle more weight. Like the wreath hook, you can use it as is or cut it and drill it for whatever works best for you. It'll just take some more effort because it's thicker. And the last thing is this clear shelf. Super sturdy and can take the most weight out of all these options. I wanted to see if its size could be adjusted, so I tried cutting one with a bandsaw and then a pull saw. The bandsaw was easy. The pull saw was not awesome. Next time I'd clamp it down on both sides to avoid it snapping at the end and getting an uneven edge. For our prop, I'm going to go with a clear shelf that can easily handle all the weight. After figuring out where we want the sword to be, the next step is placing the shelf so it's supporting the center of the weight. Since the acrylic is by far the heaviest piece of this sword, I'm just placing the shelf so it'll be holding the middle of the acrylic. From there, I use a level and then mark the holes that'll get drilled for the wall anchors. Installing wall anchors might be unnecessary depending on what you want to hang. I just like not having to worry about the shelf falling down. Plus, this is going to be in my son's room, so making it too safe is not really a concern. Place the sword and then marked a spot for a hook to hold the handle. Marked where I wanted to make the hook modifications. Made the cuts and then drilled the hole. The shelf is going to be handling all the weight, but this hook will help anyone taking the sword off the wall know where they need to put it back so it doesn't accidentally fall off. And just to make sure, I'm going to install a second hook in the opposite direction of the first hook, so the handle gets locked into place and the sword won't unexpectedly go anywhere. And that's it. We like how it turned out, and once we had all the supplies, it was a really quick project. Definitely worth the effort. If you want to check out how we built the Voltron sword, go here. Or check out what YouTube thinks you'd like. Regardless, grow the unique skills that you've been given and make for others.